Welcome back, everybody, to another Disney World challenge. We recently went to 6 different Disney resorts to look at the gingerbread holiday displays, and it got me thinking, what do all the other resorts look like? So I'm giving myself a challenge. Visit every last Disney World resort on property in one single day. Why don't you guys come along? Let's go make some memories together. Now, there are a few rules to today's challenge. Number 1, there are a total of 21 Disney owned and operated resorts on property. I must visit the main lobby of all of them and see their main Christmas tree. Number 2, I can only rely on Disney transportation to get around property, like buses, monorails, boats, and the Skyliner. And number 3, there's no real time limit to today's challenge, but I do want to see how long it does take me to finish it. I'm starting today's challenge with the Skyliner resorts. Right now, I'm currently at the very end of one of the routes with Pop Century and Art of Animation. There are a total of 7 of the 21 resorts on the Skyliner route, so I think this is a wonderful place to start. It's a little after 10 o'clock. I'm gonna go ahead and start my timer, and we're gonna start today's challenge. I'm starting today's challenge here at Pop Century Resort, which is one of my favorite resorts on the entire property. It explores pop culture icons and characters and toys and games and communication from the 50s through the 90s. Since every single Disney resort has a very specific aesthetic, I'm actually really excited to see what all of them look like. Obviously I have a general idea because I know what they're all themed after, but it's just gonna be fun to discover them along the way. Ooh, I see the tree already. Ooh, I like this one. I like all the peace signs. It looks like a very classic tree though. A lot of the kind of like glittery cutouts that people think of from like the 50s and 60s. We do have some things like Rubik's Cubes mixed in there. There's like a roller skate. There's a record with some Christmas jams on it. And they've got some slinkies at the top. I love that. And I can't really tell what the star is at the top. It just looks like another like solid gold kind of Christmas tree shape. Either way, I think this is a really fun start. I like this tree a lot. Well, we can check mark Pop Century off of our list. Now, there are a total of 21 Disney resorts on property. There are 5 values, 5 moderates, and 11 deluxes. And of course, being Walt Disney World and how large it is, they are spread very far across property. So I've got like a game plan of everything that I want to do today, all the methods I want to do to get to all of them, especially only using Disney transportation. It's gonna be a pretty good challenge today. And like I said earlier, there's no real time limit to this, but I kind of want to give myself, I think, 6 hours. I don't know if that's being generous or if that's being like right on the money, but to get to 21 different locations across all of Walt Disney World property in 6 hours seems reasonable, especially because like I'm a pretty fast walker. Being the very beginning of the day, everyone's lined up to go to all the theme parks, so it's a good thing I'm checking off these resorts first before having to use the Skyliner to get around. Our next location is going to be Art of Animation Resort, which is right across from Pop Century on Hourglass Lake. Now this one's going to be, I think, the most Disney of all the resorts. This is one that showcases some classic Disney animated films and some classic Pixar films, like Finding Nemo, Little Mermaid, Lion King, and the Cars franchise. Oh, I really like this one. Not as grandiose as the Pop Century one, but I love like all the colors, and I love like the white backgrounds for the paper. So this resort's of course all about animation, so we've got like concept art and film reels. Oh, this is so cool. There's the paint tubes, Simba, Ariel, Crush. Any Cars characters? See if we can find some Cars characters. Oh, okay, well there's Guido. And the star up top looks like it's like a fountain pen. Oh, and the ink is spilling out everywhere. That's very creative. All right, Art of Animation, I see you with your amazing tree. Well, that was Art of Animation, and the only 2 value resorts on the Skyliner route. We're gonna head back down to the main station and load onto their head towards Caribbean Beach. After Caribbean Beach is Riviera Resort, and then we go to the Crescent Lake location just outside of Epcot, which is Yacht, Beach, and Boardwalk. And so far, this has only taken 15 minutes to do the 2 I just did. So I think I'm making good progress. All right, made it here to Caribbean Beach Resort, which is the main hub for the Skyliner. Caribbean Beach Resort is exactly what it sounds like. It is a very large, moderate resort that is based on 5 of the island nations that make up the Caribbean. And the main lobby is decently far from the Skyliner route, so I've got a bit of a walk ahead of me. And then I'm kind of thinking for my next one, which is Riviera, to just walk. They're very close to each other. In fact, I wanna say part of Caribbean was demolished to build Riviera. So they're literally like sister resorts. So that might be my last time on the Skyliner until I need to leave Riviera to go to Yacht Beach and Boardwalk. Told you guys, I got this whole thing planned out in my brain. I just hope it works. You can actually see Riviera through all of the rest of Caribbean Beach down there. I will say it is a bit of a shame I'm choosing to walk after I'm done here because that Skyliner route that goes over those buildings is one of my favorite parts of the Skyliner. It's so beautiful, very scenic. About a 5 or 6 minute speed walk and I made it to the main lobby. I don't think they have like a main Christmas tree here, but I did find a handful of smaller trees that I think are supposed to be like the main tree. This is one of them. The other one is on the other side and it looks identical, but I do love all the colors. It's very vibrant and I love the use of all the tropical flowers. Got like a bird of paradise in here. Boy, I like that wooden pineapple, almost like coconut. That's not coconut. Yeah, this one's pretty cute. What's that thing at the top? Is that a bird? I think it's a bird. Oh, yep, it's a bird. I see it's like feathers. Yeah, this one's pretty cute. And that's our first moderate done for the day. Now all I have to do to get over to Riviera is cut through, I believe this is Trinidad. Maybe it's Martinique. I think it's Martinique. We're gonna cut through here, just follow the path to right there, very easy. Good morning, Purple Martin's Birdhouse. Disney's Riviera Resort is based on the French-Italian Riviera because that was one of Walt and Lillian's favorite places to vacation. It's actually the newest Walt Disney World Resort built at the end of 2019. This is always such a peaceful resort. All right, let's go inside and go upstairs to the main lobby. Now I would assume this is it. Riviera is a very small resort, so I can only assume that this smaller tree here in the lobby is the main one. It is pretty. It's not very like, I guess, Christmassy, but I do love all the golds and the silvers. It feels very elegant. I especially like that star at the top. That is very cool. It's like a big burst. This is also kind of a fun effect. I'm sure this looks really good at nighttime when the rest of the resort's a little bit dim. Not my favorite so far, but I think it's pretty. Well, we are done here at the Riviera, which is our first deluxe resort on our list. We're gonna be hopping on the Skyliner and heading over towards the Crescent Lake resorts, which are Yacht, Beach, and Boardwalk. And then we are done with the Skyliner route. Pretty easy so far. Made it to the Epcot International Gateway for our next trio of resorts. Now, if you guys saw our gingerbread crawl video, which if you haven't, I'll link that video in the description below and at the cards at the end. We went to a handful of Disney resorts to go look at their gingerbread displays. These three were on that list. So we've already seen these ones before, but because we're doing a every resort challenge video, we're going to every single one again today. Now, if you're unfamiliar with International Gateway, that way is Epcot, which spits you out into the UK and France pavilions. And this way is where Crescent Lake is. There's a walkway that loops all the way around Crescent Lake. If I want to go that way, I'll go towards Boardwalk. And this way is Beach and then Yacht. So we're gonna do Beach first. Beach Club lobby, dead ahead. Kind of like Caribbean Beach, I don't think Beach Club has one massive tree, but they do have two smaller trees that look identical. This one is very cute. This one feels more in line to what Caribbean Beach I think should be. I love all the nautical stuff. I love the stars and the knots. I really like the ship's wheel. That's really cool. Ooh, there's like a cool metal and like gem seahorse up there. I really like that. Ooh, it's a big glittery seahorse. I really like that. I just like seahorses. Now, what's nice about Yacht and Beach is that they are connected resorts. So they're connected via this hallway that I'm in and their shared pool, Stormalong Bay. So it's a very nice, easy covered walk all the way there. A quick walk over and we made it to Yacht Club. Now, being Yacht Club, this one is heavily based on ships and more heavy nautical themes than beach. I really do like the use of all the different kinds of ships. So we've got a couple different like sailboats and we've got more of like a powered cruiser. I'm sorry, I know nothing about ships, but I know that one is different. I like all the little like water themed baubles in here. It's very cute. I don't think it's as nice as beach, but it's still very fun. Oh, I almost missed the compasses. Those are pretty neat. While we're walking to Boardwalk, why don't we talk about the game plan for the next leg of our tour. We're gonna go to the Animal Kingdom resort area of Walt Disney World. There are 5 resorts over there. Animal Kingdom Lodge itself, Coronado, and the 3 All-Stars, being music, sports, and movies. Now, the difficult thing about this next one, it's probably gonna be the most difficult thing I have to do all day, is that unlike, say, the Magic Kingdom resorts, or where I'm at right now with the Skyliner, you can't just walk or take a single transportation option to each resort easily. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to use Animal Kingdom Park as my transportation hub, which means I'm gonna catch a bus to Animal Kingdom Park from Boardwalk, and then catch a bus from Animal Kingdom Park to Animal Kingdom Lodge, and then I'm gonna have to do a bunch of back and forth. I thought about this pretty heavily and like what would be the best way to do this, and I think that's the only way to do this, is to constantly go back and forth. So after I'm done at Lodge, come back to Animal Kingdom Park, then go to the All-Stars. Thankfully, all the All-Stars are connected, so I can walk all of those. It's a bit of a walk, but I can do it. And then catch a bus from the last one there back to Animal Kingdom, and then take the bus to Coronado. And that's it for that area. So I'm hoping that game plan works. It's gonna definitely be my longest time period of things I have to do, at least I'm assuming so. So that's why I'm kind of glad I'm getting done with it fairly early. Made it to Boardwalk Resort. Boardwalk does have 2 somewhat smaller trees in their lobby with a lot of fun decor, especially things like the little carousel animals. I know they have like a tiger, a giraffe, an elephant. I think a rabbit was somewhere in here too. Oh, and I love the use of the little popcorn balls. That's really fun. This one is definitely one of the more fun ones we've found so far. And Merry Christmas to everybody, except for the nanny chairs. You know what you did. Well, friends, that is the first leg of our tour done for the day. We are done with all of the Skyliner resorts. That means we are gonna hop on a bus over to Animal Kingdom for that leg. That's gonna be a difficult one. Made it to Disney's Animal Kingdom, and thankfully the bus stop I need is just right across from me. I guess it doesn't necessarily matter which of these resorts I go to first, but I don't see any of the bus signage for the All-Stars or Coronado. Plus, it just feels appropriate to do Animal Kingdom Lodge first because that's where I'm at right now with Animal Kingdom. Now, this is also a tree that we saw on our gingerbread crawl. And let me tell you, I am so impressed just with the sense of scale of this one. It is absolutely massive. I do like all the use of like fabric, like these giant bows, and the woodwork, like these kind of beads, almost kind of look like maybe wood wind chimes. I really like this woven basket type contraption around this giant light. There's also lots of instruments sprinkled throughout the tree, like I believe that's a drum, and this might be some kind of flute slash string instrument. I don't know what that is. We've got some horns of some variety in here as well. The one thing that's odd about this one is that it doesn't have like any animals in it. I figured there'd be like some wood carvings of animals, but no. It's still really pretty though. I did speak too soon. I found a giraffe mask and a zebra one too. Even though I'm somewhat pressured for time, I can't not come to Animal Kingdom Lodge and not go to the savannah. Good afternoon, little zebra. Not super active on the savannah this morning, but that's okay. That's not why we're here. So just to give you guys a perspective on how the buses work here at Disney World, it was about an hour ago that I was at Boardwalk. It took me about 50 minutes to get here and transfer from those buses. It didn't feel like an hour, but when I looked at the clock, I was like, good Lord. But that does mean we are done with Animal Kingdom Lodge. So we're gonna head back to Animal Kingdom Park and catch a bus to the All-Stars. After a few bus transfers, I made it here to All-Star Sports, which is the first of the All-Stars I'm gonna do today. I got very lucky with getting Animal Kingdom. The bus was right there, so it was a very quick flip over. But it is a little after 1 o'clock. I've been doing this since a little after 10, so what's that, 10, 11, 12, like 3 hours? That's quite a large tree. Well, it smells really good in this lobby too. Obviously, being All-Star Sports, it is sports related. basketball, football, soccer, tennis, baseball. Oh, even the bows are themed. That's pretty cool. Now, personally, I am not a huge sports fan, so this one doesn't necessarily speak to me, but it is really cool, and I do like that they did give them a huge tree for this resort. Now, the All-Star Resorts are among the cheapest options here at Walt Disney World in the value category, with larger-than-life decor based on, you guessed it, sports, music, and movies. Now, what's nice about the All-Stars is that they're all very, very close to each other, so you don't have to worry about taking additional transportation. You can just walk between them. Like right now, I'm leaving the baseball section, which is the end of sports, and I already see the Calypso section of music. I just have to cross the parking lot. Super easy. And with the resort being based on music, you can guess what the tree is going to be based on, and that is indeed music. Now, strangely, they don't really acknowledge the different sections of music that this resort has. Like, they just have like the keyboard ribbon and music notes and stars. It's a little lackluster. I see a trumpet over here, but with calypso and rock and roll and jazz and Broadway and country, I figured there'd be a bit more of each resort here. Yeah, that one's kind of disappointing, but at least it does still fit the theme. Made it here to our final All-Stars, which is All-Star Movies, a resort I've actually never been to. I think it's the only Disney World resort I've never stepped foot in. Now, the first one being based off of sports, and the second one being based off of music. I wonder what this one's gonna be based off of. Oh, it's movies, duh. Kind of like the one we just saw over at music. It's not really based off of any of the particular movies here at the resort, which are Mighty Ducks, Dalmatians, Fantasia, and Toy Story, and Herbie. It's just general film ideas. So you got like glitz and glamour gold for like Hollywood. You've got some film canisters with film reels. Yeah, this one also is just okay. I strangely think the sports one was the best of all three, even though like I don't care for sports. But I mean, at least this one is still based on the resort that we're at. Now, I did a pretty excellent job of knocking out the All-Stars very quickly. I did it in about 25-ish minutes. I'm gonna stop here and grab a bite of lunch just as a brief intermission, and then I'll continue back to Animal Kingdom and then go to Coronado, and then we're done with the Animal Kingdom section. Oh hey, welcome back. After one final transfer at Animal Kingdom Park, I have made it to the next moderate resort on our list, which is Coronado Springs. It's a Mexican and Spanish inspired resort, absolutely gorgeous. I love this resort. Now, I'm not quite sure where this tree is going to be. It's either gonna be in the main lobby, which I'm headed to right now, or it's gonna be over in Gran Destino Tower. I will say it smells heavenly in here. It's very cinnamony. There's no one giant tree in this lobby, so I guess I will head over to Gran Destino. It's a very short pathway between the two. Also, I just realized my tongue is green. I had a very cute little gingerbread pastry snack thing over at All-Star Movies. It was pretty good, it was cute. All right, coming into Gran Destino Tower, which, there it is. Look at this stunning piece of work. That is so pretty. I love the use of the giant, like, North Stars. These really beautiful, like gold, like rose gold poinsettias. We have some lanterns in here as well. Yeah, this is definitely one of the prettiest ones I think I've seen all day. Very happy I came all the way over here. Well, with Coronado being crossed off of our list now, that wraps up the Animal Kingdom area of Walt Disney World, which means we have 12 resorts finished for the day. We are a little more than halfway done. We are headed to Disney Springs next for the next leg. And this one is also gonna be a little difficult to navigate. They do have water taxis that can take me along to all the different resorts I need to get, which are Saratoga Springs, French Quarter, Riverside, and Old Key West. But the one issue I think I'm gonna have is I don't think they interconnect. I think it's single trips back and forth. So kind of like with Animal Kingdom, I might have to use Disney Springs as my hub, but for boats this time rather than buses. We'll see when we get there. Welcome to Disney Springs for the third leg of our tour. Days like today remind me of why I don't really care for the Disney bus transportation system, because sometimes it can take forever to get from one destination to the next. I've been pretty fortunate so far with my jumping at Animal Kingdom, but twice now I had to at least wait 40 to 50 minutes to get from one location to the next. So if you're using Disney bus transportation, just keep in mind, could take you an hour to get to one destination to the next. So pack your patient pants. Everyone's trying to get you somewhere as fast as they possibly can. And there's thousands of people here at the same time, all trying to do the same thing that you are. Anyways, we have 4 more resorts to go see in this area. I think the first one I'm gonna go do is going to be Saratoga Springs, which if you're familiar with Disney Springs, it is right next door. They are connected. It's a bit of a walk. I could take a bus, but they want you to walk. So I'm gonna hoof it over there, and then I might be able to take a boat from Saratoga to go to Port Orleans or Old Key West. I'm not 100% certain. I might have to come back to Springs and then take that transportation. If you guys are unfamiliar with Disney Springs, right behind me is World of Disney, which is the main store that's here. I'm gonna walk all the way to the very end of the marketplace, back near like where Rainforest Cafe is, and then there's a pathway you can take to walk to Saratoga Springs. Like I said, it is a bit of a walk from at least where I started, and then a bit from the end here to Saratoga. But you gotta do what you gotta do. So if you continue along this path, just outside the little exit by Disney Springs, you'll see the boat dock. Just on the left side of this bridge over here is the Sassagoula boat dock that'll take me to the 3 other resorts I need to get to. But for now, I'm gonna keep walking forward into Saratoga Springs. I feel like Saratoga Springs is a bit of an odd duck when it comes to the Disney resorts. It wasn't originally intended to be a resort. It was the Disney Institute many, many years ago. And they've since changed it into the resort you see behind me. It's based on upstate New York horse racing, which is just kind of strange. It's not my favorite resort, but I am excited to see what the tree looks like. If it's a horse-themed tree, I'm kind of excited for that. After a short trek, about 20 or 30 minutes, we have made it to Saratoga Springs. Now let's go find that tree. No large tree, but they do have a small selection of littler trees, like this guy right here. It's cute. I like it. I like the more natural colors. They do have some horses in there with some jockeys, so it is a bit horse themed. This heart's a bit strange with pearls on there. They also have these little like scenic areas here. It looks like maybe a farm. They got a river with a little bridge there. It kind of looks like it'd be like sewn or crochet, but I think it's just like a plastic or a wood. I almost missed the really cool part. The trophy. I do like that. That is a nice touch. Yeah, I think this one's just okay. They said they used to have a large tree, but when they redid the lobby, they got rid of it. But I think this one's serviceable. I wish there was more horses though. Also, I asked about the dock at the back. I can't transfer to the other resorts from there. I have to literally either take that boat back to Disney Springs or walk back and then transfer. So I think walking is gonna be faster, which is weird to say. I just don't know how frequently those boats come. I don't know if they have to load a ton of people before they can leave. I just think I'm gonna be faster just to walk back. Thankfully, this Disney Springs leg is the last difficult thing I really have to do, because once I get over to the Magic Kingdom area, I've got the monorail loop resorts, which are very easy to do. Just gotta hop on and off the monorail at each stop. And then I have to go to Fort Wilderness and Campgrounds, which I actually don't even know where that tree is. So that's gonna be kind of hard, I think. And then I think I'm gonna end at Wilderness Lodge. I've always wanted to see the Wilderness Lodge tree and just have never made the time to go do it. I feel like that'd be a wonderful one to end at. Also, in case you guys were wondering, even though I'm fully relying on Disney transportation to get to all my destinations, I've still racked up 17,000 steps today. And I'm just a little bit over halfway done. So I either need yellow for Port Orleans Riverside, purple for French Quarter, or green for Old Key West. I'll take any of those, honestly. Perfect timing. We got a yellow flag. All right, so even though that boat was for Riverside, she did a courtesy drop off here at French Quarter, so I went ahead and just got off here. Shout out to Angie, who was our driver. I'm gonna do a cast compliment for Angie in the app because she was wonderful. Not only did she do the drop off for us, which she didn't have to, but she was really knowledgeable about a lot of different things, especially the wildlife that hangs out around Disney Springs. There's a lot of birds that hang around and hunt and fish and all that stuff, and she knew the species, she knew how they hunted their prey. It was just a nice little like nature lesson I didn't expect. So thank you, Angie, for being so knowledgeable and so entertaining. I'll do that cast compliment for you in the app. Guys, make sure you guys are thanking your cast. They always do a wonderful job here at Disney World. But anyways, welcome to Port Orleans French Quarter. I am particularly fond of both these resorts here. This one being based on New Orleans and the French Quarter, obviously, and the other one being based on kind of the wilderness of the swamps and the bayou and things like plantation houses, and that's over at Riverside. Even though these are technically the same resort, they're two different ones, and they are walkable. It used to be one big resort, they split them up eventually many years ago. So I'm hoping they each have a tree. I don't think this one's gonna have a very big tree since it's such a small resort. We've actually got a handful of brightly decorated trees here in the lobby. Got 4 of them to be exact. One over there in that corner. These are so bright and fun and colorful, just like Mardi Gras, which I knew coming here what this one would be decorated on. That is a lot of fun, and I love the giant top hat at the top. That is a great star. The little mask is fun, I love that. The big, kind of gaudy poinsettias, but like gaudy in a good way. And of course, no tree would be complete without Mardi Gras beads. Well, in this one, you can kind of see the star a bit better. It's like an actual face. There's the mask and the fleur-de-lis just hanging off the cap right there. Well, it's a very short trip out here to French Quarter. I wish I could hang out longer because I absolutely adore this resort, and it was very hard not to get beignets while I was here. But I have other resorts to go to. So we're gonna take the short 5-10 minute walk-ish down to Riverside. Welcome to Port Orleans Riverside. Let's go find that tree. Oh, wow. That's huge. This is way larger than I thought it was going to be. I like the use of like crates and trunks since we're kind of in like a shipping yard area. Very creative. I don't see a lot of like significant like emblemage though, or like, you know, anything like significant. It's a lot of pretty flowers like magnolias and a lot of pretty colors. And I like this little like medallion thing right there. That's really nice looking. But I don't know if this really says Port Orleans Riverside. I don't know. It's definitely very pretty, but it doesn't really scream the resort. Well, that was both French Quarters. We're gonna hop on the boat here for Disney Springs so we can take it back to Old Key West. And then after that, we are done with the Disney Springs area, and it's Magic Kingdom after that. I've actually never seen this chart or this map before. It's really cool, actually. I like the artwork. We've got Disney Springs, the 3 sections right there. That's where I walked to, which is Saratoga. I'm currently at Riverside, which are these 2. French Quarters where I got dropped off. And now I have to take a boat all the way over to Old Key West. All right, so we hop off that boat and we flip around. And now we look for a green flag. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh wait, there he goes. There's a cute little kitty running. Hi, kitty. Oh, there's 2 kitties. They are so adorable. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is worth the wait. Also, the sun is starting to set, and it does look rather nice. And here comes a green flag boat just for me. Welcome to Disney's Old Key West Resort, which is one of my personal favorites. It's all about the vibes of the Florida Keys. That's what this whole resort's about. Now, the main area here for Old Key West is not very large, so I don't think we're gonna have a very big tree to look for. Yeah, no large trees at this resort, but they do have a handful of these cute little aquatic ones, oceanic ones. I do love all the use of like the seagrass and ferns up top and all the beautiful flowers. And I've always loved the color of like coral and teal together. Like monorail coral is my favorite monorail because of those colors. This is really pretty. Oh, they got some sea stars in there too. This one's really small, but it's really strong in its design. It's kind of like beach clubs, but just, I don't know, I think it's prettier. I think this one's prettier than beach club. Well, with Old Key West out of the way, we've actually completed all of the Disney Springs resorts, which means now we're gonna head over to the Magic Kingdom via bus from here to knock out those final resorts. Guys, we are almost done. We are in the home stretch. I've run into a bit of a situation with buses. Magic Kingdom comes in like half an hour. It is 6 o'clock right now. Epcot comes in like 2 minutes. Do I wait for the Magic Kingdom bus, or do I take the bus to Epcot and then go from Epcot to Magic Kingdom? I might go the Epcot route. That feels out of the way, but that also feels way faster than just sitting. The Epcot bus is here. I think I'm gonna take my chances with that one. Also, I thought we were gonna have to go around the entire Old Key West loop. We're headed straight to Epcot, so this is even faster than I thought it was gonna be. All right, very short ride over here. I would definitely still be waiting for a bus. Now, let's go get that monorail. Must keep going uphill. All right, I made it to the TTC. Now I could take the monorail express resort loop, but I have a feeling it's getting ready to take off any second, so I might just walk to the Poly. I know that sounds silly, but it beats waiting for another monorail to come back. I just don't want to wait any longer for anything else. Since, not that I'm running short on time, but I feel pressured for time now. Actually, forget everything I just said. They are still loading. Perfect.
Final boarding call, folks. Jump on in wherever you see your room.
Barely made it. Thank you. When I tell you I barely made that monorail, I barely made that monorail. But I know where the tree is in this resort, so we'll be in and out of here quickly. Down the stairs. And here we are, the Polynesian tree. Now this is one I have seen already this year. This was part of our gingerbread crawl we did. We actually came to this resort on accident. They don't even have a gingerbread display here. We just mistook it for one. But I really like this tree. I like the use of all like the baubles with the netting, and then the little wooden sea turtles are really nice. Oh, I missed this last time. The little starfish with the shells. That's really cute. And I really like this kind of big centerpiece right here. The gorgeous orchid flowers. We've got some instruments like a ukulele type string instrument. And I pointed these out in our other video, but I really like these beads too. Oh, and they have torches for the star. I didn't get to see those last time because we were here during the daytime. I really like that. All right, resort number 1 of the monorail loop is done. We are headed back upstairs to get back on the monorail, head towards the Grand Floridian. Look at that reveal. Look how stunning that giant tree is. Let's go downstairs and get a closer look at it. Now, this is definitely one of the larger ones we're going to see tonight. Look how absolutely massive this is. It makes sense for this to be at the Grand Floridian, of all places. Now, we have seen this one before when we did our gingerbread crawl. In fact, the flagship gingerbread house is just right over there. One of my favorite details about this one is the 12 days of Christmas are sprinkled around. So there's 10 lords a leaping right there, 8 maids a milking, 5 golden rings. We have some other just general things in here that reflect the Grand Floridian, like this bird cage right here is pretty reminiscent of this one right over here. And these crushed velvet or satiny kind of bows are really nice. Very classic looking type St. Nicholas figure. And those geese are laying what looks like Easter eggs. It's a bit early, or maybe a bit late for that. All right, resort number 2 of the monorail loop is complete. We have one more left before we run off to the far end of Bay Lake for the last 2 resorts on our tour today. Up next is the Contemporary. Welcome to the Contemporary Resort. Now, originally I thought about getting off the monorail at the Magic Kingdom and walking here because of where the tree is located, but I figured getting the monorail to here would be faster, and just walking through the resort because the tree is kind of in a different spot than everywhere else has been today. And that's because it's outside of the resort. Look how giant this is. And look at that bright star at the very tippy top. I really enjoyed this tree. It doesn't really say much about the Contemporary as a resort, which is that kind of like retro, modern futurism-esque vibe that it goes for now. But I do love just how grandiose it is. Like you can see this from very far away as well. I love the big like baubles or the big ornaments here, very bright. Oh, they're actually like a hard plastic or a glass. Yeah, that's kind of it for this tree. It's very simple and straightforward, but it's very eye-catching. It's very, very unique. I do kind of wish that there was one that was more in line with what the Contemporary is, but just for the sense of scale, I love this one. Well, with the Contemporary now out of the way, that wraps up all of the resorts here on the monorail loop. I have 2 resorts left. That's Fort Wilderness and Wilderness Lodge, which means I'm gonna be walking back to the Magic Kingdom along the pathway I mentioned earlier that I was going to take to get here and hop on the boats to Fort Wilderness first. I want to go to the campgrounds first. Now, the only concern I have is I don't know if it's going to be the same thing that Old Key West did to me where I had to go back and forth, back and forth. I want to say recently they reinstated the taxis that take you to all the locations in a circle. So I'm hoping that's the way that it works. If not, that's just more time wasted on just traveling back and forth. And after Fort Wilderness, we've got Wilderness Lodge, which is our final stop. And I'm hoping I can get there with enough time for the treat booth to still be open, because I want to have something celebratory to celebrate this giant challenge I took on for today. If you guys are unfamiliar with the walking path I'm taking right now, right there is the Contemporary, and these are the monorail beams. If you just follow these all the way down, you'll eventually see Magic Kingdom. Like there's Space Mountain right there. Just follow the sidewalk that either runs underneath or runs parallel to these monorail beams, and you'll be there in maybe 10 minutes. It's a very short walk. Here's where I need to go, the resort launches. Fort Wilderness Campground, number 2. I was asking the cast members who were running the security there. She says she believes, oh, monorail! She believes that they have one that transfers between both. And I want to say that we are on the same page of believing. Had a wonderful conversation with cast member Nora on the little water taxi I took. Just nice talking with cast members on the nice quiet ride over. Beautiful night out. Now, as for the tree for this resort, I actually kind of spoiled it for myself, or at least I think I did. I looked it up online just to find pictures, and I want to say this one's also outside, and I want to say it's in this main area where I got dropped off at. So this may be a very quick in and out. Well, I see a tree up here. Yeah, I'm definitely going to assume this is it, because it does look like the one I saw in the picture. Unfortunately, it is really dark out, and it's hard for me to make out what everything is, but I'm gonna try my best to figure out the decorations. I do see a wheel here with some horseshoes, because the horses live out here, the horses that do all the trolley pulling and stuff. There's a horse right there. There's a big rocking horse. And there's a big bow made out of a bandana. Oh, I really enjoy this wreath with the lantern there in the middle, because the outer part of it is a horseshoe. They're made of horseshoes. That's really cool. We've got some kind of bouquet sticking out of a big cowboy boot there. Now, I know it's a different horse aesthetic, but I wish that Saratoga's was as cool as that one is, because they're both horse themed, but that's like Wild West horse theme, like, you know, outdoor rugged horse theme. I like that one better than the fanciful horses that were at Saratoga. Now, Nora said to look for the blue line. So she said look for a blue flag on the boat that I need to take. And then I'm at our final stop. We're finally gonna go to Wilderness Lodge, the last resort of today. I'm so tired. Well, that was quite the cinematic entry with the fireworks. I didn't expect that. They're actually piping in the music for the show too. It's nice to hear it. All right, well, we made it to Wilderness Lodge, our final resort of the day. 21 resorts. We finally did it. Well, friends, we made it. And this is exactly why I wanted this to be the final tree. Look how absolutely breathtaking this behemoth is. This is one I've been wanting to see for so many years. I'm finally doing it. There's so many just beautiful decorations in here too. I don't even really know where to start. I love the teepees. I love how this whole resort kind of incorporates Native American culture. This little squirrel friend, he's cute. Hi, squirrel. Lots of carved out woods of animals. Adorable wooden bear. Little wilderness owl. Oh, that's a really cute canoe. Everywhere I look, I find more squirrels. Yeah, again, I am so glad that I saved this one for the very end. Oh my goodness, I can't get over how gorgeous this is. Well, friends, we did it. We actually visited all 21 Walt Disney World resorts across the entire property in a single day. And let me tell you, I am wiped. This took way longer than I thought it was going to take. I thought I was being generous with my 6 hours. It's been 10 hours. I had an absolute blast though. I thoroughly enjoyed the entire thing, even my hiccups with the buses. I still had so much fun. And to end with this beauty behind me, look at that. This whole resort is just teeming with Christmas cheer and just chef's kiss, chef's kiss. When we did our gingerbread crawl, we didn't come here because there's technically no gingerbread display at this resort, but they still have a snack bar. So I wanted to make sure I got something. And thankfully I got here when I did because they do close at the end of the hour. So I got here like just in time. First thing I got was this molasses cookie. This is just a simple molasses cookie, $5, but I thought it sounded really good, so that's why I got it. And some classic hot chocolate. I don't know if I've ever had Walt Disney World hot chocolate, but I figured with as chilly as today was, and to celebrate the holiday season and what I just completed, why not? Ooh, that is rich. I'm so glad I got this. That is surprisingly soft. I thought it'd be kind of firm because it's a prepackaged snack, but like it's kind of bending under me just like holding it. Like I'm actually afraid it's gonna break and fall on the floor. This is so good. This hits the spot perfect. I will say if I had to pick 3 favorite trees from today, let's do value. My favorite value tree, probably Art of Animation. I really loved the like cascading colors and the references to all the films that are there and the big paint tubes. I thought it was very whimsical and fun. My favorite moderate is definitely going to be Coronado Springs. That giant tree in the middle of Grand Destino Tower was just immaculate. So pretty. And my favorite deluxe, you're looking at her. This is so nice. So pretty. I could quite literally spend the rest of the evening here. I wish I was staying here tonight, but alas, I do have to go home to my own house and my own bed. Did you guys have a favorite tree you saw today? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys like our videos, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, that way you guys get updates on all of our future adventures. If you really love what we do, give us a super like. It helps fund the channel, gives us the ability to go do more fun things around Walt Disney World to give you guys more entertainment. And as always, thanks for making memories with us. I've been Adrian, and we'll see you guys next time. Happy holidays.